So close, yet so far.
We're out of milk.
Are you kidding me?
Here you can see the setup I used for the first exercises for my biceps, kind of my pump work. So I have a narrow neutral grip with the fat grip handles on it, and then I have the camber bar attachment. So the narrow neutral grip with the fat grip handles allow rotation of the handles, which just makes it easier to use that handle. And by having the elbows flared and the hands narrow, that's a short range of motion for the inner bicep. So it really pumps up that inner bicep head. And then whenever you switch to the camber bar, that kind of pulls open that pump, and it's a really good way to stress the biceps but have very little stress on the connective tissue and joint. So it's a really cool way to warm up the biceps and get a huge pump going but not really have a lot of damage to the system overall. Next, I went into a tricep pump, and I used the exact same handles. I just took the pulley cable all the way up to the top. So the narrow neutral grip handle with the elbow flared for the triceps allows you to kind of pump the outer head, and it kind of just changes to a different angle on the triceps in general, so that way you can get kind of the nooks and crannies and the smaller areas or smaller spots of the muscle fiber that sometimes are missed with more traditional style grips. So I did that for high reps, get a pump in the tricep, and then I followed that with an underhand grip on the camber bar, and again that just presents a different angle for the tricep. So messing around with different angles on the warm-up kind of helps just warm up the muscle overall and get, like I said, all of the fibers, even the small little weird areas, kind of pumped up and ready to go. So this is a really good way to kind of utilize the same handles, get the bis and tris all pumped up, and start the workout. So next I went into my heavy kind of strength-based bicep work, and I kept the idea of hitting different angles for the strength-based work. So you can see I'm doing alternating cross-body hammer curls, and this is a really good way to kind of hit the inner head of the bicep again, but the neutral grip with that hammer grip kind of helps protect my bicep tear that I have on my outer head. So this is a really good way for me to get heavy work into the biceps but be protective of that tear. After I did the crossbody ones, I kind of alternated out in front, and again that just hits the different angle, targets the different areas of the bicep, help create some more fuller, rounder muscle by hitting different angles. So this is something fun to kind of try and mix in like a concept throughout the entire workout, such as multiple angles. So you can give this a try and see what you think. You can play with the order, whether you do the straight ones or the cross ones first. So next I went into my tricep strength. And this actually isn't that heavy of a variation of tricep work for me. I want to bench press in 2 days, so I decided to kind of pull back a little bit on the tricep stress. And then also by doing a dumbbell one-arm lying tricep extension, kind of like a skull crusher, that is a little stressful on the tendon, on the tricep tendon by the elbow. So I always like to do those lighter and look for a little bit more blood flow, so that way it actually is kind of restorative therapy on that tendon rather than just fraying and tearing at that tendon. So again, I kind of kept my multiple angle idea. So I did kind of like, across the body variation-ish, and then doing normal traditional ones. But again, you can see I'm letting the elbow dip forward. Rather than keeping my upper arm straight towards the ceiling, I'm allowing the dip forward, and that's just easier on that tricep tendon. So that way I can get heavy loaded work, but be safe on my connective tissues. And to finish off my bicep and tricep work, I kind of went to my medium level work. So I usually do like a pump, then some heavy stuff, then I come back for some kind of medium level. So I used our Gaspari bar, which is a curl bar that has rotating handles. And I did, again, changing different angles, different positions, so I carried this throughout the entire workout. So in this one, I circulated through underhanded, kind of traditional style curls, then hammer curl, and then overhand grip. And that allows me to hit all the different areas of the bicep, but also start incorporating the forearms. So it's just a really good way to kind of finish off the entire fiber area of the biceps. And my last exercise was the tricep exercise, and this one was actually kind of really fun. I'd never tried this before, so I just kind of felt creative and I wanted to hit those different angles. So I used what's called our lat saw, which is from Spud Inc. So you can see in the kind of the start of the video, it has all those different grooves on it. And then I attached our nunchuck handles, which my dad and I made, which are just short little straight handles. And by using large carabiners, I can slide the handles in and out. So I started with a wide grip, kind of burn that out a little bit, and that actually hits the inner head of the tricep. Then I went to a medium, and then I went to a narrow, and it kind of works in opposing. So wide grip works the inside of the tricep. As you go narrow, it works the outside of the tricep. So this was a fun one, just try to get again more pump throughout the entire muscle belly, try to get all of the fibers, and kind of finish with that theme of varying positions. So this is a really fun workout. You're welcome to give it a try, and hopefully you like it as well.